Hey, what's up, everybody? Pat here, grateful recovering alcoholic and addict, just like every day. Today, I'm a very, 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 very grateful recovering addict, just like every day. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe, leave the video a like, drop me a comment, and by all means, share it with anybody you think might get something out of it. Don't mind the eye. As I mentioned yesterday, I either scratched it. I did have a doctor's appointment this morning. They took a peek at it, but they recommended I go to a follow-up because it seems to be getting worse, not better. So we'll look into that. Further, I've been talking a lot about the work I've been doing towards getting reinstated. Well, today I had my hearing, and again, I couldn't help but feel the excitement internally. Though I was telling myself, just pump your brakes, don't get too excited. You don't want to set yourself up for failure, in case they require more work. And regardless, I'm going to see it through. But they called me about 11 o'clock this morning, and it was, the paperwork you submitted from Dudley was accepted. The paperwork you submitted from Rhode Island was accepted. You are officially reinstated. Now, it requires a couple more things now, but I was well aware of that. This is just like, I've got my approval. Guys, when I say I literally was jumping up and down, hooting, hollering. I don't think I felt that much excitement. I can't remember the last time I felt anything near that much excitement. This is a huge milestone. This is something I've literally been trying to overcome for 29 years. And 10 years of it was suspended, so I couldn't do it. But for 20 years, I've not been able to reach this goal. And again, I still got a couple of T's to cross and a couple of I's to dot. But they're formalities. They're just, processing reinstatement paperwork. I've been approved. I've been reinstated. I already downloaded. They already emailed me all the information I needed. I've already printed it out, filled it out, and I will drop it back off tomorrow. And then it's just a matter of waiting for an appointment to have a device installed in my vehicle and go in and take the test and pay the fee, the final fee, which is, again, it's a big deal. Guys, I couldn't have done this. I've tried. I couldn't do this for 20 years. It was so overwhelming, and I didn't believe it was ever going to happen. But again, because of all the work I've done in recovery, because I practice my program, I practice these principles, I reach out to others, I get help where I need it, and I make a commitment to myself. I believe in myself, and I ask God for help whenever I start to struggle. And there's been a couple of setbacks in this that I started to struggle with. But I've worked my program and I've gotten there. It's still surreal. It still almost doesn't feel real. And it's gonna, like I said, it'll feel real when it physically gets in my hand. But this is the day of celebration. I'm gonna do my video, and I'm actually, somebody had given me a gift card to Outback Steakhouse, so I'm gonna use my gift card and go get something crazy for takeout tonight. And then I'm probably going to have to go sit in the emergency room and have my eye looked at because it's not getting better. It seems to be getting worse. But that's okay, too. Like I said, it's not dampening my spirits at all. Further, I had a doctor's appointment for my yearly physical. They did labs, the whole 9 yards. And I get a phone call from a nurse this afternoon, and I'm like, that might be bad. And just letting me know everything looks fantastic. The doctor had a couple concerns. And he's ordered a couple follow-up tests, but they're more routine for my age and with my history, not because of something they've seen. So that feels really good. Just, again, God restoring, redeeming, and just keeping me plugged in. Guys, I got to get into the reading, but man, do I feel good today. Like, I don't even have words. Guys, this is the culmination of just believing in ourselves, working our program, being our best self. There is literally nothing we cannot overcome if we're willing to put in the work to chase something. Just like I do recovery, it's at all costs. Well, when I decided to pursue this reinstatement, I had to put the same things because there was a lot to it, guys. There was 2 different states. There was multiple different classes, different agencies. Pay this, go to this class, wait for this, get this, it was a lot of moving parts to this. It's the culmination of all the wreckage of my past for the last 30 plus years, and yeah, I mean, at no point did I really doubt the process this time, because God put it in front of me for a reason, for me to put this behind me. But it was overwhelming, and there was parts of me that didn't want to think of the possibility of not going through. But at the same time, it wasn't until I was there Friday and dropped off that paperwork and realized, like, yeah, this is it. I got that. I got the excitement. So I kind of knew. And again, I didn't want to jinx myself. But you know what? Like, I've just been thanking God every night, not asking God to get me through it, but thanking Him for bringing me here. As in other words, I've been praying and thanking Him as though it was already done, because I had full faith that it was going to happen. And then, yeah, here we are, man. It feels good. Definitely taking a moment to celebrate that, guys. The reading today is the Just for Today Any Meditation, and it's titled Walls. And of course, I'm gonna title it Walls Down Equal Freedom, because that's the thing. As in my former life, even when I was trying to get this stuff done, I'd put up so many walls around me that I couldn't get through them to get anything done. I've removed those walls in recovery this time around. I reach out to others. I have relationships with others. Let me see if I can lighten this up a little bit, guys. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. I think it's kind of better, but not really. Let's go like, now I guess it's all the way. That's a little better. And, you know, I reach out and I get help. I get encouragement. Like my recovery coach and advisor were the ones that helped me get this process started 14 months ago. My sponsor's been there for me. My friends in the meeting. When I've had hardships and I walked into it and I was overwhelmed, they've calmed me down. Like, I've reached out and allowed others to see my vulnerability and you know, show my weakness with fear in this. And then I've worked my program and walked my way right through it. So these readings have helped me dramatically, and I share this in hopes it'll help somebody else too, because they work. Like, I'm literally walking, living, breathing proof that this shit works, and it's absolutely amazingly powerful. So let's get into the reading, guys. Walls. Reaching out is the beginning of the struggle that will set us free. It will break down the walls that imprison us. Many of us come to recovery emotionally shattered. Years of using people and allowing them to use us had taken their toll on our ability to trust anyone, ourselves included. But the love and acceptance we found in recovery encourage us to reach out and get close to others. The longer we stay clean, the more we began to long for greater intimacy with our loved ones. We began reaching out in deeper and more meaningful ways, even though we might get hurt. Despite our fears of rejection, we decided to risk revealing ourselves, our beliefs, and our needs. We decided to let down our defensive walls. The freedom we found has been worth the risk involved. We know there is still work to do before we will be completely free of the barriers built by years of active addiction, but by reaching out to other addicts and allowing them to reach out to us, despite our human failings, we have come to know that we have a great capacity for love and intimacy. When set free of their restraining walls, our hearts held great power. And the affirmation is just for today. I will let down my personal walls and reach out to others. I will allow my heart the freedom to love and be loved. And it's important, guys, and that's exactly where I'm at today. Like, I immediately, and I was having a very busy day. The doctor's office ran late. I'm working on that bathroom. My deadline is quickly approaching. I had a goal to set today, and then right as I got to the job site, the registry called. I had my hearing, and I'm just like, I can't even begin to describe the level of joy and excitement and relief and overwhelm and just surreal. Like, oh my God, like, that just cemented this new life of mine. Like, I just put to bed the last of the walls that were keeping me held. Like, I have full freedom. I can go and do anything I want, and I can be available to help others all hours of the night. I can travel unrestricted. I can basically do whatever I want. This is going to include getting my real ID and passport free so I can travel to other countries. Like, I'm reinstated. There's no restrictions on my life any further. Other than that, I do have to install a breathalyzer in my vehicle, because again, I share everything with you guys, so I'm not going to lie, and I'm not going to hold anything back. Now, that being said, I haven't had a drink of alcohol in July 1st will be 26 years, so I'm not concerned. But that being a fact does not exclude me from the requirements. This is wreckage from 30 years ago, and when it first came to bear, and the reason it's from 30 years ago, guys, is I had gotten under such a mountain of trouble that I could never get out from under it, and I was never capable of having the financial resources, having the mental stability or acuity or strength the determination, and so literally it's just festered and compounded. And for many of those years, I was still actively doing things wrong, so I kept getting habitual offenders. So it pushed me 4 years out, and 4 years out, and 4 years out. And as I sit here now, I've got something like 12 years without any conviction in any way, shape, or form. So I became eligible for the reinstatement, but with the record that I carry, they put every barrier in front of me just to make, and not to pick on me personally, but to make sure that I was capable of overcoming them, proving that I was not the person that did these things back in the day, because that person has no right being reinstated. I was a very dangerous, reckless individual, but for the grace of God, I never hurt anybody else, and then I'm even still alive. So I take full accountability. And that's, again, where this program comes in. I look at the other person and say, Jesus Christ, I wouldn't want to be signing my name to a piece of paper, not knowing who I am today, looking at my record from then, and giving me freedom. And freedom to operate machinery and drive vehicles and be on the highways with everybody else. Like, I get it. But again, I have earned that freedom. And I, again, didn't freak out. I took it one step at a time. It's taken a long time, guys. I've been working on this since June of last year. So literally, and actually a little before that, so a little over a year of constant work, multiple classes in Massachusetts, multiple classes in Rhode Island, multiple requirements. I've been to every courthouse I've ever had to see a judge in front of, getting paperwork proving that all my cases were satisfied and what the outcome of those were. Like, they made me do a lot, and that's okay. I understand why they did. Again, with all these, and never mind the fact that it's cost $20,000 between Rhode Island and the final reinstatement I got to pay next week in Rhode Island, Massachusetts. So I never had anything near. And that's the thing. I'd start to get down there and try and take care of this stuff, and even just Rhode Island was like $7,000. And I'm like, as soon as I heard that, threw my hands in the air, knowing I still had 10,000 plus that I was gonna have to come up with for Massachusetts. And I just, dude, where am I gonna get 20 grand to throw at this shit? And I just walked away. And then I continued to rack up more problems and made it more, compounding it. Like, same thing, the opposite of what I'm doing today. But compounding it good today, I used to compound and just get bowled over by it. You got to stop the momentum, and then you can start working good. And again, that's why I wait and let God put things in front of me. And God let me know about 14 months ago it was time to start working on this. By a gentle nudge, I was given a warning, and I'm like, you know what, you're right. I got to start taking care of this stuff. And in the time that it's taken for me to get to where I am today, things have expanded so dramatically that I have that. And I already paid the $7,000 to Rhode Island. The rest of it's sitting right here, no problem, boom, ready to go. And it doesn't even interfere with my life. It doesn't even interfere with my ability to buy property. That's the year that I've had, because I focused on recovery and doing the right thing every day, not pissed and moaned, not, oh, I can't do this, oh, they're holding me back. I've just got up every day and done the best I could, following God's lead, going into things with blind faith that the right outcome was going to come, removing my limited thinking from things and just following the signs and synchronicities that are in front of me every day. Suddenly, like 10 years ago, I was going to try and do this, and I was trying to borrow it from my old boss. He offered to pay it this time around, and I said, no, it's my responsibility. I'll take care of it. And he's already talking about giving me property and everything else. And I talked to him again today. He's going out of his way to make sure I know how appreciated I am. But I know how appreciated I am. I see the money pays me every week. Never mind the opportunities, and never mind the fact that, just the whole 9 yards, guys. I feel like the most blessed person on earth today. And it's not that I've been given a gift. I've been given many gifts. I'm saying the reinstatement I've earned. And that's the important thing. I've said this so many times, guys. The gifts in recovery are the opportunities. The rewards are the things we go out and we earn. And there's a very beautiful distinction between the two of them, because the gift is God gives me. God, my skills, my positive attitude, my ability to uplift others. These are gifts from God. And then when I get up and stay clean every day and keep going out and working hard and saving money and paying attention to the things I need to do, instead of just having the one-track mind to work, bringing folders and notebooks and making phone calls and showing up at the right places and making all my meetings, and whether recovery or doctors or with courthouses and lawyers and judges and registry, it has been very, very taxing, very overwhelming, but incredibly rewarding, because even as much as 3 weeks ago on a Friday when I got that second leg of requirements, then a warrant popped up. Like, I was starting to feel really overwhelmed, and I got to be honest. Like, I had that momentary lapse of doubt. Like, have I been fooling myself all along? Are we going to step right back into the old? The difference is, guys, the second that crept into my mind, I smashed it and said, no, absolutely not. And before I even thought of myself, I dropped on my knees and I prayed and said, God. So I started talking to God. I'm like, you didn't put this in front of me for me to just to be disappointed. No, this is just, like, I got to step up and understand that I had a lot of wreckage. There's going to be extra steps. And so the only disappointment was me putting a time frame that I decided in my brain, not looking at things realistically. So I thank God for the strength and the opportunity, and showed him my trust that, God, I understand. I will see this through, and I know you will guide me. And I'm asking for your help on this one, because it did throw me for a loop, and I don't like that feeling. And I know I don't have to feel it again and again. By the time I got all these requirements, suddenly all that made sense, because it helped me clear up an old warrant that I didn't know existed. And now I got that taken care of. Now that's going away. And by Friday evening when I left the registry, I was praying to God and saying, God, thank you. Like, I'm here. I see why everything came up. And again, the only fear came from my own insecurity, so I removed it. When I see something, I ask him to remove it, and I work accordingly. And I have had no insecurity. Even when I talked about it with my sponsor, and I'm like, listen, I'm going to be realistic, and I'm not going to set myself up. But I said, I'm telling you, I know. And even he said the same thing. He's like, no, I'm pretty sure you got this. Like, when he saw the totality of the situation. So when I called him today, it made his day. Guys, life is good. Life is good. Recovery will give you an even better. Like, I could not, and make this perfectly clear, none of the beautiful blessings that I have in my life, and there are a lot of them. That doesn't mean I'm balling or doing any better than anybody else, but everything's possible today. My hopes and dreams are coming true right in front of my eyes, because I get up and work for them every day. And that's like all the opportunity any one of us is ever going to get. It's all we need if we're willing to put in the work, and every one of us should. Guys, if we survived addiction, we worked our asses off just to get through that. Like, put that into something positive and watch the results compound. It is shocking. I am absolutely I'm in a state of awe that this is real. And I've already printed out my paperwork. I've already filled it out. I just went to have it notarized. The notary had stepped out, so I'll do that tomorrow. And again, even that didn't disappoint me. I said, good, let me go home and do my video and share this with my family. My family's ecstatic. My recovery family's ecstatic. My sponsor's ecstatic. And my recovery advisor, I reached out to her, let her know. My friends at work are shocked, and not shocked, but are thrilled. Like, it's a day of celebration, because it's possible. Anything's possible. I decided it was worth the effort, and I've been putting the effort in consistently, and I've had the no matter what attitude. Like, just like I don't use drugs no matter what, I get up and I face life on life's terms no matter what, and I prevail. It doesn't mean I get my way every minute, every day, but when I set my mind to something and say, no, this is important, this is going to happen, that means I'm willing to go to whatever lengths are necessary to do so. And that's just it with life, guys. Like, there's your secret to success. Decide you're going to do something, and then be willing to take whatever actions are necessary positively. Don't step on anybody's toes. That's the one thing I've learned to do really, really well, is do things without encouraging or stepping on anybody else. I've taken the extra steps, not even just where necessary, but wherever possible. I've incorporated others, and I've reached out to others, and I've uplifted others, and I've shared it with others. I've done everything in the most positive light possible, and it's fast-tracked me. Like, I thought that was going to take me longer, and I said, that's okay, because more people get benefit out of it. I'll feel better about myself. What I didn't realize is that was the code. That was the cracking of the code. When you go out of your way to help others as you're doing things, you get so much more support doing them, and they fast-track you, and things just go better. One thing I know that made a huge difference this time around was I was able to write a letter with all the information, because I know what they're looking at. They're looking at my record going, holy shit, who is this kid? So I wrote a letter, and I left a link to my YouTube channel and said, I can give you 100 character references, I can give you my sponsor's number, I can give you the names of all the groups I'm a member of. I said, but I think firsthand shows it, so if you've got any concerns about my character, here's the link to my YouTube channel. I make daily recovery videos, and I just share my story plainly, If you want to see the weight of my character, please feel free to check it out. And boom, as soon as I did that, smooth sailing. Because it's honest, it's authentic, and it's real. Guys, that's a video for today. Thank you so very much for being here with me. Always remember, God loves you. I love you. We'll see you in the next one.